Well, yeah, of course. I mean, it's quite obvious. I mean, last year I was away from home about 300 days a year, and now I'm like non-stop at home. So that is a big change. Uh, yeah, I mean, everything is different. Although, I mean, filming is the same, but yeah, like you said, I'm very hands-on, and now I'm shouting at monitors, and there's a lot of miscommunication and etc. So yeah, it's majorly different. It's absolutely different. Um, it's like it's like playing an instrument. And when you're a musician, you're really good at playing the instrument, and now you have to teach somebody else or ask somebody else to do it. And it's very hard if he doesn't play like you do, or if he doesn't know to play how to play at all. It's very hard to explain. It's uh, it's maybe easy. I mean, like big wide shots are super easy to do. Like but then when you go to fine details, it's very hard from a distance. It's very hard to light that drop flowing over the I do tabletop, so the little drop over a strawberry. That's super hard to do when you're not there. And yeah, and sometimes it's also very hard to explain, especially in countries yeah, where they have a different culture, where they speak different languages, and sometimes you have to work via translators. It's so it's sometimes it's a pain, but there are also good sides. But most of the time, it's yeah, it's tough. Well, of course, I'm a director DOP, so I direct and I do the lighting and cameraman. Now, usually when you're on the set, um, so I mean, what does a director do? He shouts higher, closer, faster. Again, I mean that you can really do well behind the monitor. Sometimes when you're on the set, you it's busy, and you have lights flaring in the monitor, and you cannot see it well. You cannot check the focus. Oh, it's fine. But now I'm behind really professional monitors, and I can see everything's sharp. You're streaming HD. It's like, wow, you really concentrate on the shot. It's like TV directors do. They are behind monitors, and they are in a dark room, and they only look at the concentrate on the monitor. You can think about the next shot, and you don't have to be hands-on with lights. No, you think about the shot. That works really well. Perfect. Sometimes they send me shots like the raw files. I quickly check it in Resolve. The exposure is good. Perfect. So that works really well. So the directing side is perfect. That's you can easily do remote directing. You don't need to be there. For the jobs I do food, I do chocolate, I do ice cream, I do liquids. I mean, you doesn't help if you talk to a tomato. It doesn't really help. If you do, if you work with actors, yes, then you should talk, and there should be interaction. But with chocolate, I tried it, but it doesn't work. So for the directing side, it's okay. I mean, it's boring, but it's okay. But then, like I said, for the camera part in me, it's very hard. It's very hard. Wide shots and big shots, it's easy, and big effects is easy. But really the fine details, it's like cooking. It's like if you're a chef. I mean, boiling pasta is easy, but then the spices and the the finishing touches. So it's so easy. It's so difficult. So yeah, that's very frustrating. That's very frustrating. So it's not 100%. It sounds strange, but it's, well, if I say it's 100%, then I'm stuck in this stupid room forever. So but it's 90% of what I can do. A lot of countries, it's good enough. 90%, it's perfect. They love it, and therefore a lot of countries, there's no choice. Directors don't travel. Countries are locked. I work a lot in Asia. and everything is locked. So they have, and the local guys, they're not good. So they have to work. They always depend on foreign directors. For example, I work a lot in China. They always work with foreign directors. So yeah, now you have to work remote. No other way for them. So, but what? Yeah. To come back to your question, yeah, it's the good side and bad side. So the camera part in me is suffering. Definitely. But I mean, I work a lot with robots. I do a lot of I work a lot with the Bolt high-speed robots, and you never sit behind the camera. I mean, there's no seat on the robot. Sit there. So it's the result you always see on the monitor anyway. And if the movement is not good, I will say, okay, a little bit closer in the middle part or a little bit higher there. So that part that works really well. You can see it, but lighting, small details is very hard, especially. But it depends. But it's very important if you work with crews before. So like I said, I travel all the time, and well, they know how I light. They know, okay, Ronald does it like this, and so that helps a lot. But on the other hand, when I travel with 60 kilos of shit with me, with equipment and rigs and reflectors and tiny little toys that I developed over the years. And yeah, and then they're on their own, and the smallest reflector they have is like this. No, we're lighting strawberries, very tiny. Do you have that little small mirror? No. Of course. Well, I mean, there are a lot of good people around, and if you are smart, and if you look on the internet or on behind the scenes, you really can learn a lot. But it's in here, because sometimes, I mean, you can see a making of me. There are not that many, and the light's coming from the left, and you think, okay, well, he does always the light from the left, but on the next job it's on the right, because there is something in the object that makes that then the light should come from the right, and that decision is made in your head. And yeah, it's experience. It's a lot of experience. I mean, you need to have those 10,000 hours doing it. It's like Jimi Hendrix. He plays the guitar 10 hours a day, and then you become good. Okay, yeah, for sure. I mean, but like I said, there's so many making ofs on the internet, and there's so many. But yeah, I like to be just that little bit of extra. I like to be a little bit better. I mean, it was very funny. There was I had a chocolate client, and they really wanted to have a behind the scene and a making of, and it's so, for them. Oh, it's so important for Instagram and socials. We need to have a making of. We want to show everything. It's so important for us. And I said, I don't do it, because those are my tricks. I developed them for many years. That I don't do it. No. But we promised the client, and it's so important. Okay, so okay, I do it. You know what? Let's do it. You're allowed to film. Everything is fine. But at the end of the commercial, at the end of the making of, we do your chocolate recipe, because I think that's super nice. Your chocolate recipe, and I'm going to film for like 15 minutes in your factory as well. Just some machines, and I film. And then she thought, oh, yeah, but that's secret. That's not allowed. Yeah, I worked for many years and developed all these little tricks, and that's not secret then. I'll give it away for free. No, it doesn't work like that. So that is it's a little. I mean, yeah. I mean, now I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it's a little bit like that. It's people are getting better. I see it all the time, and it's good, because the overall quality is going up, and people they inspire each other. And I think the level of in Europe is very high, well, especially in Poland, that is getting. and the robots are everywhere. But nowadays, people think, oh, if you buy a robot, then I make these beautiful shots. It's not like that. It's like it's like buying an instrument and you think you're Jimi Hendrix. No, everybody can buy a robot, but you cannot make these shots. It's still about the people and what you do with it. Well, it's better for the environment that I don't fly that much anymore, so that's good. The positive change. Well, I'm in the old days. They, especially in China, they oh, it's so important that the director is there on the PPM, and I just flew for one day to China just to be there on the table. So that doesn't work anymore. But I can. I mean, this morning I was grading in Australia a session, and tomorrow morning at 5 o'clock I start in China for another job testing. So you are able to work locally almost. You almost become like a local director with all the, because the communication really works. I mean, we haven't talked about that, but how you connect. I mean, I can see really HD. I have HD monitors here. I can really see real time what they are doing. I have a lot of behind the scene cameras filming during that I have in all Zoom rooms. So I have really like multi monitor, so I can really follow everything. The good thing is that I can. I mean, I'm not going to fly for one day to Australia for a one-day job. I do it for 2 days. But now I can say it, and they would, oh, Ronald, can you really do a one-day job? Well, no, I'm not going to fly 30 hours ahead and 30 hours back. But for a one-day job, I say, well, why not switch on the monitor? I'll help you, no worries. So maybe that is a good thing. But still, it's very, I mean, it's very tough. I did 3 weeks ago. I did 1 week in Australia. And you start at 11 o'clock in the evening and you work till 12 o'clock noon the next day. And I mean, when you are directing via monitors, you're already a zombie. You just look, and then you also switch time. So your whole family is working in a different rhythm. You're double zombie. So. No, yeah. I mean, everybody knows working from home. You miss the people. I miss the crew. I miss going out at night and having a good meal with friends. Sometimes the crew becomes your family. You're always there. You miss it. That is so. At the moment, I don't see good things. Except for what I said, if I can help a friend out in Australia or in China or in America, okay, Ronald, can you help me for a day? Well, I can do it easily because in one day you are from Holland to America and back. Well, actually in 5 seconds. So that's a good thing. And for the rest, but it is good for local directors, though. It is good for local directors and local DOPs. I see a lot of local guys getting a chance. And that's good. That's good. Yeah, but I made that mistake. But it's real. So I looked at my agenda, and it was in April. Or March, everything stopped in April, and I said, I looked in my agenda, and then okay, that week I'm doing a job in China. So then the next week I worked in Mexico. Then I did a job in Mexico, and then I did a job in Australia. Because I don't fly, I switch from one day to the other to the next. But switching from one day to the other to the next time zone is super difficult. I mean, I'm not 25 anymore, but going night shift, that is quite tough. I do miss the plane ride back because you wind down, you relax, you reset, you rest, you catch up with mail, you repack your suitcase. But now it's too much. You go bam bam from one. Travel time is 2 minutes, and then you're on the next job. You have to be careful for that. That doesn't work. So that's also not good. But I have to say I'm super lucky. I mean, I'm super lucky that I can still work remote. I mean, everybody in the beginning, I thought, oh my God, I'm not going to work for many months, and everything was cancelled. So yeah, I'm super lucky that they still like me.